Hello folks, this is Mike, PC31 the Vinyl Policeman, and today this is a contest entry into Bret's contest. Bret, whose channel is Bret Helm's Life on This Planet, he's actually smashed through the 4,000 subscribers barrier. Wow, what a number. And to celebrate, what he's done is he's running a contest. Bret plays in a band, as I think most people know, and there's going to be two winners. There's going to be drawn, I think he said the 3rd of May, so it's not too far away now. So my entry is quite late. I've been meaning to do this for a few days now. But there's a couple of albums up for grabs of his albums, which would be fantastic to have. So 4 questions all relating to the number 4. And oh, before I start, by the way, on Bret's announcement video, he had this wonderful album behind him in the background, The Sound. So as a special tribute, Bret, to your 4,000, I thought I'd put a Sound t-shirt on. Wonderful post-punk band from London, England, back in the 80s. So, into the contest. 4 questions, and the first one is show an album or albums where the 4th album by this artist, 4th studio album, is their best. And yeah, the first one which came to mind for me, which is quite an easy one actually, is 1978, the staggeringly wonderful Darkness on the Edge of Town, Bruce Springsteen. The 3rd album from 75 was Born to Run, of course, the breakthrough album. 1980 was The River, but which I saw him on the River tour for the first time actually, and I remember he played quite a few tracks on this album. But this album for me is Bruce's finest. Bruce, I think, is still the probably major artist for me who actually gives that raw emotional connection to you. And I think there's lots of tracks on this album where his singing and his guitar playing, it hits such an emotional thing inside you. Classic, where some of the guitar solos on this, you know, if it needs a couple of notes, that's all Bruce will play. You know, not because he can't play a lot more, but because that's all the actual song, the emotion needs. So this for me has always been Bruce's finest album. He's made some wonderful ones, but I think this is a staggering album from 1978, Bruce's 4th album. The second question that Bret put to us was to name a track on an album where the 4th track is your favourite track on the album. And again, this one came to me pretty quickly actually, because for me it's such a standout track. Wonderful album, lots of great tracks on it, but this album has always resonated with me very, very strongly. And it's Elvis's debut for 1977, My Aim Is True. This is an OG on the Stiff label. And the 4th track on this album is Blame It on Kane. Blame it on Kane, don't blame it on me. I always thought that was an absolutely fabulous track. Fantastic live track. The chorus, the tempo of it, the raw energy of it that they capture on this album. So Blame It on Kane, the 4th track on My Aim Is True. Best track on the album for me, although there's lots of other really wonderful tracks on there. The 3rd question is to show an album where either the album title's got 4 in it or the band's name's got 4 in it. Some connection again to 4. And for me, well, the Gang of 4. Post-punk band from Leeds, and absolutely fantastic band, formed in 1976. One of my favourites actually. This is their favourite album of mine. This was their 3rd album from 1982, Songs of the Free. So, in playing the game, Bret, they show their 4th album, which is Hard. So the Gang of 4, and unfortunately, one of the founder members, Andy Gill, was one of the earliest recipients of COVID, unfortunately, and he passed away from it. Gang of 4 were touring China way back, I think it was very, very early 2020, and unfortunately, Andy Gill caught COVID and passed away. Superb guitarist, absolutely superb. But the Gang of 4. And the very last question is, although Bret, I believe, comes from Chicago originally, he actually now lives in Arizona, so his band are based in Arizona. So it's name a band or an artist from Arizona. And I've seen all the very obvious ones, the Stevie Nicks, Linda Ronstadt, Alice Cooper, etc., gone. But the one I've gone for, again, another fabulous guitarist, David Hidalgo of Los Lobos. Such a fantastic multi-instrumentalist. He's from Arizona. He's 68 now, born in 1954, but always really enjoyed his guitar playing. But as I say, he's a multi-instrumentalist and plays a lot of instruments on the Los Lobos albums, but terrific guy. So there we are, Bret. Congratulations, 4,000, wonderful achievement, and speak again soon.